Welcome to your soul care message. This is Koi, and you just joined into my chakra series. Right now, we're doing the third eye, but if you haven't already seen the crown chakra, definitely check out the link below so you can tap into that. For those that know me, welcome and welcome back. For those that don't know me, my name is Koi, and I create unique soul care tools like so that nourish the soul and help you form a consistent practice towards your growth. And I would love to show you how I utilize one of my tools, which are these cards, my very own cards that I use, the Crown Chakra Affirmation. I keep saying Crown Chakra Affirmation Cards, and my Ye Faithful old. Um, these are getting discontinued, but I am renewing them into a 2.0 version. So you can check all that out by following me and checking out the links below. Right now, we're going to tap into this third eye chakra, which I like to call the mind's eye. Okay. And I'm going to give you a soul care message because this is what I love to do. I want to tap into your soul through the through the third eye. I think my crown chakra is just popping right now, which is a good sign. And yeah, stick around to help you understand how to utilize and create with your chakra system to manifest your ideas into your own reality. All right, so let's get into it. So you can see here the third eye, right? All these things here, when it's overworked, when it's underworked, and when it's at balance. Okay, so if you want to read up on this, pause for the cause or look at the link below so you can read more. I'm going to tap into the third eye cards and tap into this message. So let's see which crown chakra, let's see which third eye chakra wants to come through. Let's do this one. Okay, let's do this one. So we have the light activation, which is I attract people that help me grow and inspire me. Yay. And then we have the shadow recognition. We gotta recognize the shadow when we recognize the light. I play it safe and am used to having one-sided friendships. So I created this card deck so you can actually, just like chakras, notice the paradox, the shadow aspects, the different sides of the chakras through each system. You know, there's light that helps balance it, and there's shadow that also helps balance it, but can also contribute a lot to the block. The third eye allows us to perceive our truth and tap into the wisdom that we have on a soul level as well as a universal level, because like the crown chakra, it opens us up to um the true, right? Not your truth as in your perspective. As well as in the throat chakra, which we'll get to. Um it's a receptive energy. These are your spiritual chakras, meaning that these are the non-physical aspects of your energy. Below the heart is the more physical chakras that tap into more physical, tangible things that you're dealing with in this earthly realm, right? But these, right, the third eye taps into what isn't seen with your two eyes, but what's seen within the mind, what's seen within side of you, and your non-physical, or what I'd also like to call is your metaphysical self, you know. And this helps you tune inward, right, with your intuition and your psychic energy. Now a lot of people can throw around that word psychic so much, and at one point I was like, ugh, I can't stand that word psychic. Like, oh, you're psychic, you know, you see visions and this and that. And it's like some do, but some don't. And when you say the word see, sometimes that sight or insight is totally not what you perceive it to be on that person's part, right? And that's what happens with truth. There's multiple truths. There's truth that you have within yourself, right? And there's a greater truth that will always stand true, because this is just the way of the universe, right? Just like there's universal laws like the law of attraction or the law of resonance, and how you are resonating with certain things, you will most definitely attract the same resonance. But a lot of times we don't tap in within ourselves to understand what frequency we're even on, right? And this is what I love about the chakra system, is because when you can understand, like, okay, hey, my third eye is imbalanced, you can start trying to tap into that frequency of a balanced chakra and listen to sound frequencies, right? And when I say psychic, let's circle back around to psychic, right? Because psychic energy is in the unseen world. And a lot of times we think of the third eye through insight, but we also need to discuss that it's also intuitive. And intuitive is meaning that the universe already orchestrated this, right? Already. And intuitive also meaning on a soul level, you have these certain gifts that are psychic that everyone does have, that sixth sense, or it can just be a super sense. When we talk about the clairs, right? Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. The word clair is a French word for clear or bright. And when we think of clear, right, I'm seeing clearly, I'm hearing clearly, I'm feeling clearly, I'm smelling clearly, I'm touching, which also taps into the emotions. There's a clearer version, a clearer essence that we tap in, which could be supernatural, right? And that part is what psychic ability is all about. And it's utilizing your gifts, your God-given gifts, on a metaphysical aspect. All right. And it's you knowing your truth and standing true to that and trusting what you know to then be the channel, right? Um, the walking human channel to deliver that message and express what it is that you may be seeing, hearing, feeling, um, sensing, we'll just say. And your third eye plays a big part. A lot of the chakras actually play a big part, but I want to say your third eye, your throat, and your sacral play a very big part in conceiving ideas, right? The inception idea, and feeling into that before you actually start taking action into the actual creation of creating. And to have a balanced one is to truly be able to perceive beyond your two eyes and not be so overwhelmed with the other experiences through your senses, right? So going back to this message, I play it safe, right? May play it safe because you don't really trust. And a lot of times, the give and take of a relationship, a friendship, a lover can go into play because you're not truly understanding, one, the role that you play, right? You're not truly trusting yourself, trusting the senses, and trusting um, how you feel into the situation, as well as how you attract these people, right? And we can sit here and be like, oh, well, what about family members? You didn't attract them, right? Your soul actually tapped into that. And these are the people that are truly, 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 not accelerators. catalysts to the soul mate that you want to attract, right? Your soul tribe that you want to attract. And you do this by understanding self. You do this by trusting yourself, trusting spirit, as well as grounding yourself too, because your third eye, when it's imbalanced, it can cause a lot of confusion, self-doubt, and chaotic things. So I want to tap into the message so I can give you, oh, it just came right out. And what did I say? Speaking of the sacral chakra, right? And before I forget, um, when it connects to the sacral chakra, right, we have to feel and we have to also know our self-worth. And when we're talking about service, when we're talking about entrepreneurship, because I love to help entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs are constantly using their creativity, and it's very important for them to trust their intuition as well, because you're making decisions not only for yourself but for your baby, your creative endeavor, your business, right? And I don't want to say one wrong move, but you want to make moves and you want to make decisions that some people will say like a boss. But I would like to say you're making decisions that your future self would be proud of, right? And there's nothing wrong with starting over again. But at the same time, if you're on a soul-led journey, and if you are called to make this business, you are called to look within yourself a lot more, and creating a more personal, customized, divine business with a creative offer that taps into your God-given talents. And again, if we're talking on those timelines, then it's a must to look at within, as within so without, as you may have heard me say in the crown chakra. So let me just shuffle this message and we'll get more further into the reading. Okay, so we have the spirit of the bear, and then we have the service. So I'm going to start with the service first. The service is being of service. And when you are on a soul-led journey, you are figuring out yourself so you can be of service. You're figuring out yourself so you can feel more purposeful in this life. And when you find purpose, you find fulfillment. And through that fulfillment, you are serving other people, right? That's what entrepreneurship, spiritual entrepreneurship is about. So in this card deck, a lot of these cards connect with a short story. And as we see here, it's a lady, right? An elder lady that is on its bedside. It kind of reminds me of hospice. They do talk about how she had 3 kids, and she just really had some type of career life that just didn't really feel like purposeful. And it spoke about something that, like, at her last days, she kind of like regretted a lot of things that she didn't get to do, right? And that's more of a shadow aspect, that feeling. She regret a lot of things that she didn't do. But on her deathbed, she noticed, right, that it was more about being of service and passing on a legacy with something that was going on. But they said in this book, they're talking about attracting what you desire, and if you give up on your desires, right? And this is what she regret, giving up on her desires herself. And this is more of the imbalance that we have here with the sacral chakra. And they're also talking about the energy to manifest and be of service, right? This card indicates a steadfast ability to stay the course emotionally and create something sustainable that lasts, right? And it's about value, seeing the value, and bringing to light what you have to offer with your God-given talents and your gifts, right? Let me go into this right here in this book. and see what jumps out at me, because with this book, it can get a little long, but it says retreat, solo effort, strength, and vulnerability. These are all things that you need, characteristics that you need as a solo entrepreneur. When you are a spiritual entrepreneur, um, on this soul-led journey, a lot of it is lonely, a lot of it is by yourself, and you're spending your funds, right? That's another reason why you need to understand self, need to understand and trust yourself so you can make these decisions moving forward, right? The spirit of the bear mandala brings courage and strength to those that need it. And the bear medicine can offer that to you. The bear medicine in the indigenous cultures definitely speaks about power, right? And standing tall, standing big on these ideas, and having the courage to move forward to do that, right? Because you are the way shower. But within the business, there's going to be people that need to help you. And whether you have employees or you just outsource something, you're still standing on your ideas because you planted your flag in the ground and said, hey, this is what I believe in. This is what I value. This is what I bring to the table. And I'd love for you to help me with XYZ, right? So I'm not going to read all of it, but I will say this. The bear embodies what I like to call an iron hide, because they are undefeated in strength and power. They can endure the toughest of situations and can adapt to their environment. Likewise, of spirit, bear has a will that cannot be broken, and an essence that is of the earth. And that's powerful, because that just really sounds like a true spiritual entrepreneurship that's like they've gotten to this point where it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm here. I'm neck deep into my my beliefs, right? And what I want to share in the world, and really truly believe that they're on the right path. But we're human. We come across these blocks, right? And a lot of our blocks are subconscious. But through the chakras, we tap in, we connect, we feel through our body so we can understand, okay, like, which space am I feeling in my body, right? And then if it's more, when you can really feel them, when you can analyze them, you can be like, oh, okay, this is more third eye stuff. Oh, okay, this is more sacral stuff, and this is what I love to help people do. Your work doesn't feel like work because you truly know you're walking in your passion, and you're being of service through your God-given gifts. All right, so let's get one more to really bring forward this message here, because I didn't think I was going to be speaking about entrepreneurship in third eye, but it really looks like it's really seeing that, like, I'll share a more specific message to me. When I was waking up to my entrepreneurship path, I didn't know at the time I was going through a spiritual awakening. And like, it was like a lot of shit happening to me. And it was such a tug of war with certain types of relationships in the workforce. And it really felt like a lot of shit was just happening to me. And I could have played the violin, which I did, and felt like I, was a victim to a lot of certain circumstances that I wind up getting out of every time. But it just felt like it wasn't right. It was unfair. It was unjust. And I experienced a lot of rejection, as most will, because one, right, we're doing something new within ourselves, and we're bringing something new to the table, and that's just kind of the nature of the beast, right? Where when you have something new, most people don't understand it. There will be very few that do. And if they like your vibe, even, right, like I was selling t-shirts that had a unique image on it, I did not get one person that said, ew, I don't like it, right? Maybe because they didn't want to say it to my face, but the people that were complimenting that said it to my face. But then it's like, okay, well, if you like it so much, why aren't you buying it? Right? And it was multiple reasons behind that. I didn't understand that then. And I'm saying this to say that the third eye taps into the pineal gland, and that pretty much controls your emotions and hormones. Well, your hormones, which connect and express through your emotions, your feelings and things like that, right? And when it's imbalanced, um it's a sure shot you will definitely reach burnout quickly. But also, it's like you can get stuck in this victimization and not really seeing your values. And when you finally understand the purpose, understand your God-given gifts, and also start expressing your God-given gifts, because once you understand and you're aware, it's cool. But now, right now, the next milestone is to practice this, put this in motion. And being of service and understanding yourself, you have to know, like, you are a power to not be messed with, right? And I say that in the most humblest way, because the divine asked you to do XYZ, not no one else. So it is a power. And I used to say to myself, heavy is the crown that wears the head. That was a belief. You do have to look at your belief systems, because a lot of times your beliefs can play into your reactions and how you really think about yourself. And a lot of times they can be outdated as well. And I say all this to say, because I feel like I'm just going all around the board, but to have a good connection with your higher self is to trust yourself, and is to understand your gifts and understand the direction that you are going on your soul path. And to feel empowered from your higher self means you can empower other people, because you are a divine source channeling through that energy. So when this pops out, anything you can't control is teaching you to let go. Y'all, I was holding on. I was holding on to a lot of things that I knew but didn't want to acknowledge, because I was still stuck on the pain, stuck on the rejection, stuck on the victim story, right? That really truly needed to be healed within my womb space, i.e., the sacral chakra, and my creative essence, right? I needed to find value in that, because since yay high, I was told, like, oh, there was a lot of stuff that people didn't understand when I was creating. And this plays very heavily with the third eye and the sacral. And again, just to recognize the difference, the third eye is that it's connecting with that higher self. It's that tunnel that allows higher self to speak through you in the most unique way through your psychic abilities, right? And in order to receive, you do have to also let go, and you have to trust. And there's always going to come a space and time when you're trying to reach a new milestone that's asking you to be a new version of self, right? Because your higher self also gets higher as well. The higher you get, the higher and the broader the perspective happens with your higher self, and it funnels it down to you through these chakra systems. So I just wanted to share that with you. I really hope that this message allows you to feel inspired to read more about what I wrote for the third eye, which you can look at the link below, and really connect with me. If you're feeling the vibe, I'd love for you to check out the nurture frequency that I have, a space for like minds, soul care seekers, and spiritual entrepreneurs to really connect with their mind, body, heart, and soul, so we can prevent burnout, right? First and foremost, and really feel supported in this self-discovery journey, because entrepreneurship totally is that. It's a spiritual journey happening that needs to be aligned, needs to be felt, and needs to feel valued within self, so you can in turn feel that you are walking in purpose for your service of other people, playing your part in this orchestra of life, right? And feeling empowered, right? Not disempowered, and not forcing power on anybody as well, right? So much love to you all. Stick around for more. The throat chakra is next. And, if you're feeling the vibe, definitely subscribe. And I'd love to see the comments below. All right. Till next time, I'm outie. Peace.